Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or whenever the fuck you're watching this. Welcome to this. This is your Ring of Honor All-Star Extravaganza 7/2015, whatever the fuck you want to call it, I don't care, review. And this again will be on free platforms. You'll be able to watch this via KocoSports.net and the KocoSports YouTube channel. You'll be able to watch this on lkwrestlenews.co.uk and LK's YouTube channel, and you'll be able to watch this on smarkamuck.com and as an audio podcast with some edits in there on the Smarkamuck podcast network, because this is going out to many platforms, many different people. If you watch this on KocoSports, make sure you put in the comments section win, loss, or tie. Was this show a win? Was this show a loss? Was this show a tie? Or did you even watch the show? Or whatever feedback, whatever comments you got, drop them in the comments. I will comment. I will reply to every single comment that you make. Unless you're insulting me, then I'll just give you a thumbs up and tilt the cap if I was wearing a cap. But I'm all ready for today. Today's a big day. It's Thursday. It's my day off. I now have 2 weeks off. And look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Breaking news. Look what came. Revolution Pro Wrestling Global Wars 2015 tickets right here. 2 tickets in 9 days. I'll be watching Okada versus Will Ospreay, Shinsuke Nakamura versus Marty Scurll, and Kushida versus Chris Travis in what, in my opinion, could be the very best wrestling show I've ever been to. And I've been to several wrestling shows in my time, but I'm megally excited for that event. And I've got my Starbucks double espresso shot, so I'm all chirpy. It's 1:27 p.m. I'll be podcasting today till about 6 a.m. with KocoSports. I'll be doing the Wednesday War Room. After this, on the LK Wrestling News channel, there will also be an NXT and Monday Night Raw review, as I am on the catch-up. There's nothing worse than being on the catch-up, but let's just get this done, nailed on the head, and done out of the way. As this aired on Friday last week, and the opening match for Ring of Honor All-Star Extravaganza 7 was for the TV Championships. You had Bobby Fish versus Jay Lethal. This was an okay match. What I did enjoy about this match was the psychology. Fish worked the leg of Jay Lethal, and Lethal did some very nice things as well. For instance, you know, Lethal always does the 3 suicide dives. He only did 2 because he realized, wait a minute, I am going to have to wrestle Kyle O'Reilly later on tonight. I need to save my energy. That I liked a lot, and I loved how WWE gave you the double main event. You had Cena Rollins, and then you had straight after that, you had Rollins Sting. I like how it was separated. I didn't like how it was just all in one. It was a clusterfuck. It was an hour. It was too much. I can't stand seeing one person. As much as I love Rollins, and I do love Rollins, I'm even wearing my boy's shirt. I don't like seeing the guy for a whole hour. Like, that to me is a bit too long in modern day professional wrestling. I mean, 45 minutes is my peak. I mean, that's how long Nakamura and Tanahashi went on the final day of the G1 Climax tournament, and that was a great match. Please buy New Japan World. Me and Steven from the Smarkamuck team on my channel, my website, we did a preview of the New Japan Destruction shows in Kobe and Okayama. I'm sorry I slaughtered that. I probably really badly slaughtered that name, but, you know, I'm English. I don't know much about Japanese cultural cities. And we did a really extensive preview. I think we were planning on going 20 minutes each. We ended up going over an hour and 20 minutes, and it was a great podcast. I really enjoyed it, so please make sure you check that out. And I'll be reviewing them with Stephen on the Smarkamuck Podcast Network, so make sure you check that out. And there was some good near falls in this one. I thought he had it with a leg lock a few times, and there was some other good near falls. Lethal then won with a roll up, and he pulled the tights to get the win. I'm okay with this on pay-per-view because it was the opener. And it's what I like about this is very rarely in pro wrestling do heels get cheat. They don't cheat to win. When was the last time in a WWE ring a heel cheated to get the win? That's why the heels, that's why you boo them. This makes perfect sense. It gets heel heat on Lethal. It gets sympathetic pops for Bobby Fish. And it is an easy rematch down the line. You've got Bobby Fish saying, look, you can't beat me cleanly and defend that ROH TV title. I dare you to face me again. And then Lethal go, I can beat you and I can prove it. There you are. Fucking money. That's really good stuff. I really do appreciate that. It was a 3.5-star match. Great way to kick off the pay-per-view. Perfect choice for the opener. It was fast-paced, but they also added the psychology element. It wasn't psychology on the level of Charlotte versus Nikki Bella. Now, I bash divas all day, every day as a passion of mine and a hobby, but I did give props on my Night of Champions review again on the Smarkamuck Podcast Network, where I really did rate Charlotte and Nikki Bella with the performance from the in-ring psychology aspect. Because to me, in-ring psychology, when it's done correct, it's absolutely magnificent. And it's just, if wrestling was a shoot, you would you would methodically take out a body part. That's just what you would do. So to me personally, when they do this, and, you know, the finish of the match did not relate to it, in a way which kind of upset me, because there's nothing worse than having a whole match build for about 10 minutes based around in-ring psychology. Say, for instance, WrestleMania 28, it really fucked me off with Cody Rhodes and Big Slow. Cody worked the leg really well, Big Show sold it well, but the finish ended with Big Slow with a knockout punch. What was the point of that? And if you're going to go the psychology route, it has to, the finish of the match has to end with that. So, for instance, Charlotte, Nikki Bella, to me personally, Charlotte shouldn't have been able to bridge to the figure 8 because of her leg. So if that was me and I'm the agent and I'm telling Charlotte what to do, which would never ever happen. But for instance, say I got the dream job, or it wouldn't be a dream job, but anyway. I tell Charlotte, look, several times go for the figure 8, but your knee buckles out, and then have Nikki Bella continue to work the leg. And I did enjoy that match, and I don't know why I'm bringing up divas when I'm talking about Bobby Fish and Jay Lethal, but I am the human waffle fest machine, and that's what happens sometimes. So 3.5 stars, great opener. If you say 3.25, I wouldn't be against. If you said 3.75, I wouldn't be against. But I'm just right in the middle there, 3.5, good stuff. And then we go on to Dalton Castle versus Silas Young. Now, there was a stipulation for this one. If Castle wins, Young becomes one of his boys, and if Silas Young wins, Young gets his boys. This, to me, when I watch Ring of Honor, I don't technically usually enjoy this sort of match. I'm all about championship matches, one-on-one, who's the best. But every now and then it's okay to be a bit comedic. And I think because Young is such a creepy guy, him wanting boys is just fucking hilarious. I think it was really funny. And the match was decent to back it. I mean, the Castle is growing on me. He's like, if you've never seen Dalton Castle before, if you've watched New Japan Pro Wrestling, which, to be honest, if you watch Ring of Honor, you watch New Japan. If you don't watch Ring of Honor, you don't watch New Japan. I'm pretty much assuming that correct. Or, for instance, I've only got into New Japan this year after Wrestle Kingdom 9. I got heavily into New Japan, and when they released the New Japan World, I got heavily into New Japan, even previewing and reviewing all shows. But the language barrier to me was big. Like, all my life, I thought, I'm not going to watch Japanese wrestling because commentary is such a big part for me. That's why I'm always key on Ring of Honor, because they got a great commentary team. And when Nigel McGuinness joins later on the night, it's just a dream team. And it's just back to the point. I'm really bad at going off in tangents. And basically, I thought I would never watch Japanese wrestling because of the language barrier. And I said to myself for years, look, I don't care how good it is, I'm not watching it. I can't understand the commentary. But when you listen to the commentary, you can hear the passion. You know what they're talking about because of how passionate they are. The wrestlers tell a great story in the ring, and please just get out of your way and buy New Japan World. It's just dirt cheap in the UK. I think I pay, what, £5.99 a month, which is cheaper than the W Network, and you get more live shows. And it's just a really good. I couldn't recommend New Japan World enough. And while we're on that topic, this pay-per-view I bought online for RHWrestling.com, because obviously I live in the UK, I can't get it on my TV. So I bought it online, and I'm a ringside member. And you pay £7 a month, you get 25% off pay-per-views, you get 15% off merchandise. It's a fucking great deal. I'm a proud ringside member. This show was $36. Because I'm a ringside member, I got 25% deducted, which means I got £8 deducted off my order, which means I basically I got £1 for free. Ring of Honor gave me £1 because I made £1 profit from the ringside membership. So, you know, if you are a Ring of Honor fan and you're really, really loving the product, you want to support the product, you want to buy the product, become a ringside member if you're going to do that on a regular basis and save yourself some money. Back to the point of Dalton Castle versus Silas Young. I'll just take a swig of drink of double espresso to try and keep me on topic. Jesus wept. Oh, that is good stuff. It's very good stuff, actually. It's premium coffee drink. It was £1 from the local shop down my road. I went out this morning, I got myself a newspaper, I got myself an espresso, got some more tea bags. I ran out of tea bags. There's nothing worse than an Englishman's home when he runs out of tea bags. That's when you know you got to look yourself in the mirror. And I got myself some energy drink for obviously the late night tonight. And this is good stuff. It's like if you've ever had double espresso and you've had milk poured into it to cool it down. That's what it's like. And it's nice and chilled. I kept it in the fridge, and I really recommend it. So if you're out there and you're in the shop, I recommend, if you're a fan of coffee, to get the Starbucks double shot espresso. And I didn't even get paid for that to be sponsored. That I'm just a nice guy like that. I'm just a very nice guy. Look out for you in the internet infantry. So just if you're down, always there for you. Anyway, let's get to this match. Fuck me, there's no code of honor in this one. Real personal feel. I mean, this match has been building for some time now, since Death Before Dishonor, which was the last pay-per-view, or pay-per-view I think it was, that they did. And I check out the review of that I did on KocoSports. I'm very happy with that review. And Young got the win with Misery. which is like a TKO kind of thing. And then, you know, I like this. It didn't make Castle look too weak as Young low blowed him before he got the win. And, you know, I'm looking forward to the segments now. We're going to get some absolutely hysterical segments on RH TV now of Dalton Castle messing around with the boys, and you can take that however you want to take it. But I think it's going to be fucking enjoyable. It was an okay match. I was waiting for the pace to pick up a little bit sooner than what it did, but by in no way, shape, or form was this a bad match in any shape of the imagination. It was a good match. It was a 2.5-star match. And I liked how it was a personal feud, okay? They didn't go out there. Every now and then with Ring of Honor, they build to a storyline that's all about personal. This is a personal one, and they always do this well. That's what I love about Ring of Honor with the Code of Honor, because, you know, a championship match just has that big fight feel to it when you do the Code of Honor. And when they don't do the Code of Honor, because you see it all the time, it's like, fuck, he didn't do the Code of Honor. This is going to be a fucking war. And it was. It was a 2.5-star. Castle was growing on me every time I see him. He's a very good professional wrestler. I'm not usually into the sports entertainer-ish category that I would, depending on my mood, chuck Dalton Castle in. But I'm a fan of Nakamura, I'm a fan of Castle, and very good stuff. And then we'll move on, because I don't want to be talking for 2 hours about Double Shot Espresso. We have Briscoes versus the mystery opponents. Now the romantic touch comes out, and then the lights go out. The All Night Express comes out, which is Red Titus and Kenny King. That's fucking incredible, because I'm not one for the dirt sheets. Okay, I'm a PW Torture VIP member. I print out the PW Torture newsletter every week. And I didn't see nothing there that said Kenny King was released or asked for release or got fired from TNA or Impact Wrestling, whatever the fuck you want to call it. So I was fucking shocked. I was like, fuck, shit, that's Kenny King and fucking Red Titus. Oh, they were a great team. And there's an automatic storyline just given. And that's that they never lost the tag team titles. They never did. Because Kenny King jumped ship to TNA. I think this was a good move for Kenny King because, in my opinion, I will put my life, my soul on the table here. On this desk, I claim that Ring of Honor Wrestling has the very best tag team division in the world. Name me one company out there that has a better tag team division than Ring of Honor. Let's quickly go through them. So you've got the All Night Express now. You've got the Briscoes. You've got the Young Bucks. You've got Red Dragon. You've got War Machine. You've got fucking The Addiction. You've got The Kingdom. You've got Future Shock. You've got, who else have we got? We've got, you know, House of Truth when they're in tag teams. There's so many teams out there in Ring of Honor that all could be, and near enough have been, Ring of Honor tag team champions. And if that main evented the show, if the tag titles were in the main event of the show, even if freaking pay-per-view, you wouldn't complain because you know you're going to get the very best because Ring of Honor's tag team division is freaking out of this world. I am such a huge mark for tag team wrestling when they have a great division full of great talent, full of great chemistry. They all look alike. They're perfect teams. They have team names. You got War Machine, The Kingdom, The Addiction. It's not fucking Kane and Tom. It's not fucking Undertaker and Dick. It's not just names like Blake and Murphy. That's not a fucking tag team name. Let's get him a tag team name for crying out loud. Jesus Christ. It's just, I'm a fucking huge mark for Ring of Honor when it comes to their tag team division. I really am. And King is back where he belongs in Ring of Honor, damn it. The match was okay. I mean, I'm not the biggest Briscoe fan. I think I've said that about 15,000 times on every single Ring of Honor podcast. I'm not a fan of the Briscoes. I respect that they stayed there, and I respect their ability in the ring. I'm just not a fan of them because when I watch Ring of Honor, I want to see a guy in tights versus another guy in tights for a world title. I don't see, you know, rough cut shorts and swearing on promos every 5 seconds. Like, for instance, I find it difficult to watch a Jay Briscoe promo because every 5 minutes he's like, "Fuck you, bitch." He's like the new Jack of promos in 2015, if you know what I mean, Mike. Not I mean, Mike. The All Night Express get the winners. Titus goes for a powerbomb and King hits a springboard blockbuster to get the win. It was a good surprise. It was a good match. It was a 2.5-star kind of match. Back to the point I tried to make earlier is I'm a fan of Mark Briscoe's running blockbuster off the apron to the floor. That's going to really hurt him one day. But as the match itself, it was very good. I loved the surprise factor. You know, there was two pay-per-views in the space of 3 nights because there was obviously ROH and the Night of Champions. Put in the comments below, what surprise did you enjoy more? Did you enjoy Chris Jericho's surprise, or did you enjoy the All Night Express's surprise? I was surprised by both. I like Jericho's, but because of the automatic story that's going to affect the future of the tag team division, I'll have to go with the All Night Express surprise. And it was a very good match, and please give it a watch. And then we'll go on to the no DQ match, which is fucking spot fest, I tell you. Really was, really was. And I'm a big fan of Alexander's heel run. He's with Vader Scott now, in case you didn't know, because she jumped ship between Moose and Vader Scott is looking mighty fine, I must say, in her outfit in this. And Alexander's the only person to beat Moose. He's beaten him twice. And it ended the undefeated streak, so it is a personal feel. Again, no code of honor. They just brawl from the get-go, giving it a real personal feel, which I'm such a huge fan of. I mean, Moose hits a running flip over the top to the floor through a ladder, which looked nasty. Alexander hit a springboard coast to coast, which looked fucking beautiful. Moose then hits a filthy back body drop through a ladder in the corner. It was absolutely dirty. I would not have taken that in my life. Alexander then hits a Michinoku driver onto chairs, which moves close to no sales. Okay, I know he's not an experienced veteran. He's kind of a rookie. You know, he's kind of inexperienced. He kind of might know not what to do when it comes to the selling aspect of the business. But he got Michinoku drivered, which is an incredible feat of strength if you consider it, because Alexander's what, 220, 230 pounds. Moose is 300 pounds, and he got him up in spite. Fucking Michinoku driving him onto chairs was a great spot. Moose just gets back up. I know Moose wants to look like a monster, but you just damaged the impact the move had on me. If you gave it suspense, gave it a close to near fall, you could have got me, oh, okay, that was really good. I'm going to remember that. But it's really bad. I don't like that. It's inexperienced. That's all I'm going to take it down to. You'll get better with that. And then Moose hits a spear through the table to get the win. Now, again, when I watch ROH, I'm in the mindset, you know, of nothing but no weapons, no nothing, just two guys going at it to see who is the best wrestler. Every now and then they chuck on these brutal war matches and these fucking death matches and no DQ matches. I'm a big fan of them because what I'm trying to say here is because they don't do it very often. When they do them, it feels really special. And I was a big fan of this match. They busted their ass off. They're going to be very sore the next day, I tell you that for sure. It was a 3.5-star match. You know me, I'm a huge hater of deathmatch wrestling. But when there's a story that's involved, this is a feud ender, okay? They've been feuding for fucking months and months now. Now I want to see Alexander move on. Excuse me, there's the double expressor coming back to bite me in the ass. You know, I want to see Alexander move on. I want to see maybe TV title picture with Jay Lethal or Bobby Fish when he wins. I want to see something with Alexander. I want to see Moose move on to maybe an upper mid-card feud. Maybe chuck him in there with an Adam Cole. Maybe get him feuding with the Kingdom. Maybe a 6-man tag with Red Dragon and Moose versus the Kingdom, because obviously what happens later on in the show, which I'm going to fucking blow a gasket at because it was so damn good. It was just good stuff. It was enjoyable, entertaining. Give it a watch. Let me move on to match 3 in the best of the 5 series. And what a year it's been. I mean, I know the year's not over, only 9 months through, but it's been a great year for best of 5 series. You had the Wolves versus Dirty Hills for TNA Wrestling. WWE won't do that because that's too much of a wrestling tradition to do a best of 5 series. You had Lucha Underground with the incredible Drago and Aerostar feud. And I'm so happy Lucha Underground is coming back for the 2nd season in early 2016. Fucking get in there, my son. And then now you've got Ring of Honor with ACH and Matt Sydal. I'm such an advocate. I'm such a fucking promoter of best of 5 series because it really does take a lot out of their talents. And the commentators did a very good job of saying, look, even if ACH loses this feud, even if he does leaves this best of 5 series, sorry, he's going to have the experience of wrestling, the talent, the caliber of a Matt Sydal, which is incredible. That's a great point. That's why Steve Corino and Kevin Kelly are 2 of the very best commentators in the world right now, and I can advocate them enough. The score's 1-1 at the moment. And this is the style of wrestling that I just adore. You know, it's fast-paced. It's, you know, it's just great workers wrestling not over girlfriends. You know, this is what I love about Ring of. They're not wrestling over girlfriends. They're not wrestling over fucking you stole my girlfriend, I want to kiss yours. They're not doing any of that bullshit. They're just going out there. It's one wrestler telling one wrestler, I am the better wrestler. No, I'm the better wrestler. Hey, why don't we have a respectful match inside a respectable company's ring in a respectable show to see who is the best wrestler? No, we don't need any bullshit. I'm better. I'll fucking prove it and I'll wrestle you and show you I'm better. That's all you need. That's all you need for a company in 2015 when your core fan base is wrestling fans, okay? There's not sports entertainment fans watching this, okay? When I'm watching this show, I'm picturing one-on-one, 2 guys busting their ass off, doing what they do better than anyone else in the damn world, wrestling inside an 18 by 18 square foot. They're not 20 by 20, doing what they do better than anyone else, and that's bust their ass off. And I'm just a huge advocate. And this match started off with some incredible fast-paced technical wrestling, some great hold-to-hold. Seidel was working ACH's leg, ACH selling well, and the story was perfect. Work ACH's leg, he can't fly. Fucking incredible. This is just so good. It's just so fundamentally sound. They're not doing anything extravagant. They're not fucking doing a 630 off a fucking balcony or anything. They're just taking the fundamental basics of wrestling, which is storytelling and psychology, and making it work in the confines of the match. And it's fucking perfect. I mean, but okay, both men do hit running shooting stars over the tops of the floor, and ACH then hits a filthy brainbuster and a scary brainbuster. I thought he might have hurt Seidel really badly. And the 450 splash to get the win. I love the pacing, love the structure, love the format, love the psychology. It was just, it was maybe a slower heel heat than what I would expect between Seidel and ACH, but because he was working the body part, I'll let him off. Very good stuff. Flat out, big spots. What else do you need? They went flat out. They went fucking busted their ass off. Love the style. Good match. 3.5 stars again. I haven't yet to say anything negative about this show. I really have yet to say anything negative about this show, because what can you be negative about? Literally, with WWE, you can just bash the writing, bash the writing, bash the writing, bash the women, bash the talent, bash this, bash that. But when the product is good, I like putting the product over. It's enjoyable because I bash WWE so much, because I bash NXT so much, because I bash Impact. I don't like bashing Impact. If this was 5 years ago, I would have said TNA is the best product in the world. Okay, but it's not anymore. It's an embarrassment. It's a joke to professional wrestling in general. That there's sports entertainment. Okay, I will not call them pro wrestlers. Okay, and this is just. It's what more do you want? What more do you want? You've got in this match. You had psychology, storytelling of ACH the underdog, big spots, flip spots, scary finish. Fucking scary spots. What more do you want? 3.5 stars, 4 stars, fucking 5, 10, whatever the fuck you want to give it. 3.5 stars, what I'm actually going to give it. Great stuff. Germany is great. And then we have the tag team titles. Again, they have the best. WWE has what? One tag match per show, and that's just a one-on-one. These have a triple threat match and a standard tag match in one show, and there's still teams in the back waiting to do something. Oh, it's just magnificent. What a great tag team division Ring of Honor have. It's unbelievable. So we have the Addiction, Daniels and Kazarian tag champs versus the Kingdom, Matt Taven, Michael Bennett versus Young Bucks, Matt Jackson and Nick Jackson. Again, they all have names. Young Bucks have names. Kingdom have names. Addiction have names. They're not fucking Daniels and Kazarian or Taven and Bennett. They have names because they're a team. They're a unit. They have one name. They have two people make one name, not two people make two names. It's fucking bullshit. It really is bullshit. Oh my God, Young Bucks. Oh, I got to take this. What funnies me? What makes me laugh is the only time I'm bashing this show is when I'm comparing it to WWE. Okay, that's what really makes me laugh, and it's just maybe it's just I'm such an ROH mark that my eyes are just deceived from anything bad that happens on this show. But when it's nice, there's nothing better than sitting on that couch, watching connecting the laptop to the TV, and just watching 3 hours of nothing but good wrestling. And I didn't have to sit there going, oh, that stupid booking. Oh, that stupid book. I'm thinking, oh, great move, great spot, great psychology. It's just, I don't know. I'm just such a fan of Ring of Honor at the moment, and I can't help it. Again, we'll get back to the tag match, going off topic again as a surprise. Young Bucks were the biggest pop of the night so far. And I'm not the biggest Christopher Daniels fan, and everyone knows that if you listen to the Wednesday War Room on KocoSports. But I love Daniels' jacket. He calls himself the Ring General. He comes out with a General Marine costume, which I think was very, very amusing. And oh, Jesus Christ. And it starts off with every wrestler diving to the floor. The crowd is electric, the hottest they've been all night. All 6 men are down at one point. They get a standing ovation. They really don't stop. Taven gets the win with a roll-up. If you're a fan of non-stop, fast-paced tag wrestling, this is for you. It really, really is. They didn't stop. There was no heel heat. It was just boom, 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 boom. When you went from a match, this again, the format of this show, you went from ACH match Seidel, which is a very slower paced, fast paced match. Now you're going for a fast paced match, and it was incredible. Steve Corino going super kick. It's just incredible. This was, it was just so good. Oh my god! Then to make that better, the Masked Men, they attacked the Addiction. Everyone, the Masked Man is Chris Sabin, but the Masked Man attacked the Addiction. Who was that? Chris Sabin? Well, what was that? Adam Cole? Because of what happened in the main event. What was that? See again, it's booking that makes sense. I don't know who's under that mask. I'm now gonna watch Ring of Honor to find out who was on that mask. Nothing from Night of Champions made me want to tune in the next night on Raw. That's why it drew a stinking rating. Okay, and then I read reports today. I don't do it often, but on the newsletter, it said Vincent Mann was furious over the TV ratings. You have yourself to blame, you freaking toilet. Honestly, it's just, oh, it was so good. Because now I'm like, okay, now we got the Addiction versus the Masked Man. Who the fuck was the Masked Man? I want to find out. Who was the Masked Man? You bastard. Yeah, bastard. Who was the Masked Man? Oh, it was just so good. And they just didn't stop. It was unreal. Like, honestly, the match, they never stopped working. I respect talents a lot, but when they do that, every now and then there's a match where there's no heel heat. They don't stop working. It's just boom, 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 spot, finish. That's what this was. It was a spot fest, but I don't care because I loved it. I don't mind if you have a night full of loads of good in-ring psychology and then you just jump to a spot fest. I don't mind that. 3.5 stars, 4 stars if you're generous. And let me go on to a number 1 contenders match for the Ring of Honor World title. You have Adam Cole versus Roderick Strong versus AJ Styles versus Michael Elgin. And I just by reading that, I get excited. Just by reading that, I get generally excited because that is 4 of the best wrestlers, not just in Ring of Honor, not just in New Japan, in the world. Like, Strong, in my opinion, is the most underrated pro wrestler on the planet. There is, period, and I don't care. There is no one better. His strikes, his psychology, his backbreakers, the Messiah, the backbreaker himself, everything he does is close to perfect. They're generally, even like his entrance, it's just he's got everything nailed to a fucking dime, and he's really, really good at his job. And speaking of good at his job, Nigel McGuinness comes out to join commentary, and I think Nigel McGuinness, with Steve Corino and Kevin Kelly, could be one of the best commentators on the planet. I love his analysis. I love obviously the English accent on an ROH pay-per-view is going to give me, the old jiggies. But I love how he only comes out for the main events. This is the co-main event, obviously the main events for the world title, because it's a wrestling company and the wrestling heavyweight title's on last because they're a company that makes sense. You fucking bore. I'm sorry. I don't mean to go off on another tangent because this podcast has already been 10 minutes too long and we're not even at the main event yet. I hate it when companies don't have the world title on the main event. Like for instance, SummerSlam annoyed me. Cena Rollins should have been the main event. It was champion versus champion. Okay, I don't care if it's Brock. I don't care if it's fucking Hulk Hogan versus Bruno Sammartino. I don't give a fuck. The world title is what goes on last. Overlimit 2012, you had Punk and Bryan in a wrestling purist's dream, and they put John Cena versus John Laurinaitis, a non-active wrestler, in the main event. That's just 2 off the top of my head things that really piss me off about modern day WWE. And I'm sorry if you're a WWE fan listening to this. I do apologize. It's just when I watch Ring of Honor, I get my money's worth. I feel okay. It was worth every penny I spent. Okay, when I watch WWE, I think I fucking hate this. The booking is awful. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make me want to continue to watch. And I only watch it for this podcast. I will be completely honest. If it wasn't for this podcast, I would probably only watch the pay-per-views and the Raw after the pay-per-views. And then overall every now and then. I wouldn't watch main event. I wouldn't watch SmackDown. I wouldn't do all this, but it's for the podcast. And I want to become good at this. I want to become big at this. I mean, I haven't even been doing this a year, and I'm with KocoSports and with Smart Come Up with LK Wrestling Reviews. I'm doing articles for pwpodcast.com, which is a PW Torch affiliate. I feel like I'm growing as a person. I'm growing in the realm of podcasting. And it baffles me when, I have to sit here and every day I just go on a nag about poor booking. It's nice when I just have to sit back, relax and say, look, this was a fucking good wrestling match. Give it a fucking watch. With that being said, I'm going to take another swig of drink for the working man. I don't think I'll be sleeping tonight, boys. I don't think I'll be sleeping tonight on this double shot espresso. I tell you that. That's got a kick and a half. That's got me, giggity. Oh, that's beautiful. Oh, Jesus Christ. Elgin hits his beautiful deadlift super falcon arrow off the top, which I couldn't rate anymore. Literally, a deadlift superplex itself is incredible, but to be able to rotate them in midair and hit a falcon arrow suplex is just out of this world. It's magnificent. It's fucking incredible. And I'm proud of Elgin, okay? Elgin started in 2012. And now look at him. Okay, he started in Ring of Honor. He wrestled an AIW for many, many years up in the Canadian independents. But he's become such a good all-around professional wrestler that I'm happy for him. He's getting exposure in New Japan Pro Wrestling. He's getting major involvement in the world title scene over in Ring of Honor. And I'm happy for him. And with spots like that, I'm going to fucking adore him even more. And AJ gets one of the Stars Clash. Again, they were just non-fucking stop. Just didn't stop working hard. I don't care if this match was the worst booked match of all time, but it wasn't. It makes perfect sense now. You got the top babyface and, quite frankly, all the pro wrestling, take away WWE when you got AJ Styles versus the top heel in the wrestling industry minus fucking Seth Rollins. If you call him a heel, he's kind of a bit of a chicken shit bastard. But anyway, AJ Lethal put them in a ring, one-on-one, world title on the line. You've got yourself a fucking great match there. And it makes sense storyline wise, but they just didn't stop working. And the only rest hold, literally the only time there was a rest was when all four men were down and they were getting a standing ovation. It was that kind of match. And there was no stupid storylines again. There was no storylines about girlfriends like WWE does. No stupid storylines about, hey, you hurt my friend. It was none of that. It was just four guys going out there wrestling because they want to be the best in the world and they want to be a world's champion. Because again, in Ring of Honor, they say, if you're not in the business to be a world champion, you're in the wrong freaking business. Apart from they have the best tag team division in the world, but that's not me to say. It was just so good. It was a 4-star match again. There was nothing. It wasn't 5. I find it kind of hard to difficult to give a 4-way match of 5 stars because obviously there's so many elements and different format for a 4-way match. Because obviously it's going to be a lot more non-stop compared to if this was a one-on-one match. But when it's just, you could look at Adam Cole, one of the best wrestlers in the world. AJ Styles, quite frankly, the best wrestler in the world. AJ Styles, fucking Roderick Strong, Michael Elgin. Yeah, it's not going to be a bad match, is it? You can pretty much just write 2 stars down before they even wrestle just by their entrances. And it was just a really good match. I like how there was something on the line. Like, for instance, there's matches on Raw, there's matches on SmackDown all the time that are happening. They're wrestling for wrestling's sake. These guys are wrestling because they wanted a world title match. And it makes sense. It just makes sense. It's not boring. It's not bullshit. It's exciting. It's entertaining. And it's logical. That's all I want. I don't ask for a fucking flips off fucking balconies or fucking hitting with steel chairs. I just want logical writing with wrestlers working hard, really trying, going for it, and that's what these men did. Very good stuff. Fully recommend you watching this. And then you go on to the main event. Fuck me, this is 20 minutes longer than what I thought, but anyway. Ring of Honor World titles. You have Jay Lethal, the defending champion, versus Kyle O'Reilly. This is the big fight feel dream main event, one-on-one, world title on the line. What more do you want? And I love Lethal. Like, literally, he limped the ring because obviously he just went through a match with Bobby Fish. But not only that, take this back to the opening 2 minutes of this podcast. I said it was great how Bobby Fish worked the leg of Jay Lethal. Jay Lethal comes out limping on his left leg. Fundamentals nailed to the point. That's perfect. That's really good stuff. Bobby Cruz, could he be the best ring announcer in wrestling at the moment? Gotta be. It really is great stuff. Match starts off with some incredible technical wrestling. O'Reilly with 3 beautiful rolling butterfly suplex. The referee bumps. Okay, this is where it gets like a clusterfuck. This is like an LK Books, the universe kind of gimmick. We have Bobby Fish coming out and he beats on Jay Lethal. Then Donovan Dijak from fucking the House of Truth, which is obviously where Jay Lethal comes from. He comes out. He beats on Bobby Fish. Cole then comes out because obviously he's with Future Shock now because the past 2 months, Cole has been Kyle O'Reilly's best friend. He saved him all the time. Cole comes out. He beats on Dijak. Future Shock go for the Chasing the Dragon finisher. So Fish has him up in the suplex. Cole is going to super kick Jay Lethal, and we're going to have a new world champion. What does Adam Cole do? He super kicks Kyle O'Reilly. I'm on the edge of my seat. He's screaming, "You bastard! Yeah, bastard! Yeah, bastard!" Unfucking believable. Unbelievable. Lethal then hits the lethal injection to get the win. That was out of this freaking world, okay? One, Lethal looks strong because he's still the champion, okay? He still can move on with both of his belts. Fish looks strong because he came out, he helped, and he did technically beat on a few of them, and he only lost the title match because of a dusty finish. So you got Fish still looking like a main eventer. Excuse me. You got Kyle O'Reilly now. He's on a revengeful rage against Adam Cole. You've got a program. Okay, listen to this, yeah? When was this logical? Adam Cole has been gaining the trust from Kyle O'Reilly for the past 2 months. Now Cole turned his back on him. I was screaming, "You bastard," when a show is so good. When I mean good, I mean booked, written so well that when Cole came out, I generally thought, okay, there's no way he's going to hit the Chasing the Dragon. Kyle O'Reilly's going to have this first ever world title. I'm going to jump out and I'm going to mark out like a bandit. No, he had Adam Cole turn on him and went in a great swerve. I didn't see it coming. It was very, very, very well done. And Cole's now a heel. He rejoined the Kingdom again. So now you're gonna have Red Dragon, which is Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and maybe Moose, maybe ACH, maybe Matt Sydal, depending on what route you go on, versus the Kingdom, which is Cole, Bennett, and Taven. That's just good booking. That way, look, for instance, it's a 6-man tag. But it could be the most personal because that's O'Reilly's first chance at a world title in his first pay-per-view main event. He was this close. If Cole didn't do that, we would have a new world champion right now. That's how fucking awesome it was. It was just really good. Everything about this show to me is what I look for in a wrestling show. That's how simple I'm going to put it. There was nothing extravagant. It wasn't the biggest arena in the world. It wasn't the best looking set in the world. It was just a nice little building with a nice little set with a ring in. That's all I need. That's all I need. And it was just a very good match. Out of 10, I'll probably give it a 7.5 out of 10, maybe 7. It wasn't an 8 because there's no 5-star match. The main event was a 3.5-star, 4-star match because of the swerve. There was just some really good wrestling on it. If you are just a fan of good wrestling, you're not a fan of sports entertainment, or if you could be a fan, I'm a fan of both. But sports entertainment can be good when it's done right. Now, if you listen to this podcast and you don't understand what sports entertainment is, that's what WWE does. They claim that it's entertainment. Professional wrestling is not entertainment. Well, it is entertainment. I can see where WWE are coming from. But in the end of the day, what are they doing? WWE are going out there and they're wrestling. That makes it professional wrestling. It doesn't take a freaking brainiac or scientist or brain surgeon to figure that out. It's just fucking common sense. You ask a random guy in the street, what are they doing on a video? You got a YouTube video up of CM Punk versus John Cena from Night of Champions 2012. They're going to say that's wrestling. Because it is wrestling. Get over it. You are wrestlers wrestling in a wrestling ring. Why are WWE so ashamed of this? Ring of Honor are proud of this, which means the wrestlers are proud, which means the wrestlers work hard, which means the fans are more proud, which means people like me are going to tell people like you that this show is incredible. You need to buy it. They make money. It's not fucking rocket science. It's a very good company producing a very good show full of very good wrestlers. The talent is incredible. Great time to be an ROH fan. And I'm going to be signing off now because I've been talking 20 minutes longer than I wanted to. That being said, please buy this show from ROHWrestling.com. Make sure you check me out on smartmark.com, KocoSports.net, LKWrestlingNews.co.uk. I'm now a columnist for PWPodcast.com, which is a PWTorch.com affiliate. That being said, this has been LK. Hope you had a great day. I'll continue to drink my Starbucks double shot espresso and get high as a kite. Not literally high as a kite. It's in high in energy. I don't do that stuff. That's not for me to be. I don't want to get on a rant about that because I could go for another 20 minutes on how disgraceful drug addicts are and drug users are. That being said, it's been LK. Stay safe, stay well, and I'll catch your asses down the line.